Thursday night, 8 p.m. hits like a hammer on steel. Rumble lights up, we're loading the wheel. Bible laid open, screens burning red. Me and my man cutting through the dread.
Head to truthmedia.com, grab that raw feed. No corporate chains,
just truth, plant the seed.
I'm the shadow hunter, she's the warrior flame. Tracing justice, live, torching the game. Shadow lights explode when the clock strikes 8, and arms riding hard, crashing through the gate. Drops turn to fire, darks tear the veil. Truth or media blood, we never will fail. Tracing justice, running hard and true. Thursday 8 on Rumble, me and you. Husband and wife forged in the fight, digging graves for lies on the freedom's light. Great awakening roaring, feel that rebel fire. Truthmedia.com, taking it higher. Lock it in, brothers and sisters. Faith like iron, no surrender, no rust. Rumble's our highway, in truth we trust. From morning to cold to the midnight ride, tracing justice forever, no place to hide.
Dawn and justice mornings, Thursday night thunder. Rumble at 8, tear the veil asunder. 22 burning, this love runs deep. Man and wife standing, no promises cheap. Tracing justice, running hard and true. Thursday 8 on Rumble, breaking through. Husband and wife side by side in the war, digging deep for truth forevermore. Great awakening blazing, set the night on fire. Truthmedia.com, lift it higher.
Good afternoon. I am Josh the Justice Cometh, and this is my wife, beautiful wife, Tracy Taylor, and we are back with another episode of Tracing Justice. All right, guys, this is what we're doing tonight. We're building off last week Friday's episode of Signal Over Noise, the Receipt Room, and we're going to go over not who Q is, but what Q is. Q is not a whom, it is a what. And we're going to explain all of that tonight. So welcome in, everyone. We are broadcasting from Rumble tonight. So if you're one of my Rumblers, make sure you give us that thumbs up, because we could really appreciate getting some butts in the seats and getting some more viewers. That is the one thing. If you're even watching the replay, hit that thumbs up for us.
Yeah, please.
And we're also broadcasting from YouTube. So if you're tubing over there, make sure you give us that thumbs up over there as well, even on the replay. And our X chat is going excellent tonight. So we've already got everybody checking in over there. And we're also broadcasting from pilled.net. So if you're watching us on the replay or whatever on Pilled, make sure you give us that red pill and give us that repost. And we're also, guys, listen, somebody has already reported my account on Facebook, so I am up for deactivation on Facebook. But I've appealed it. Let's see what happens. So hopefully nothing happens there. But if you are on Facebook and you're watching us, make sure you give us that heart. And that would very, very much appreciate all of that.
Yep.
You have a good day today?
Yes. I
Yeah.
got to see 3 of my grandbabies. It was fun for about, a couple hours?
Yeah,
Yeah.
about a couple of hours.
Yeah. And then I got to play with the 2 that they're my favorite age. You can play with them and they can talk, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't forget, though, and our episode tonight is brought to you by justiceshrooms.com and justicepetclub.com. So I'm getting a lot of rave reviews about people trying out the mushrooms.
This is true.
Yeah, and it's all in our chats. I believe that KC
Yeah.
ordered the starter pack too. And
Yep.
what did she say?
I think she's on her 2nd month of
Yeah.
doing it. She said it's really helping her, and she's not going to ever not do it again, not take those. Same for me. I'm never going to not take them. For sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
So,
it's not a magic pill or anything like that, but
No.
it just makes me feel better. I have less brain fog. Josh pointed out one time before that I'm forgetting things less, which is great, because I was starting to think I had dementia there for a minute. Like, seriously, I lose my phone, my keys, my cigarettes, my everything. Like, I couldn't remember appointments. I was struggling. And you should see my notes in my phone. Reminders like crazy. And some people's like, oh, that's just part of getting older. And I'm like, yeah, but man, it was fast. It was pretty rapid.
Yeah.
And now I'm starting to, I'm remembering things. I don't struggle as much.
no, you don't.
I,
You really
right.
don't.
But I didn't realize that until you pointed it out. And then I started paying attention, to that. So anyways.
So there's 2 core products that if you're looking at trying, say you don't have gobs of money, guys, listen, keep your Rumble rants.
Yeah.
Keep your Rumble rants, okay?
Because Rumble takes half of it.
Yeah, exactly. I want you to go to these 2 websites right here and try these products instead. It
Yep.
helps us out, and it's going to help you out
That's
too.
right.
Okay?
So it's like you get something for it, other than information. You're actually getting something for your money, and it helps us too. So that's a win-win.
Absolutely.
And it's something good. It's
So-
something good.
So there's 2 core products that I want you guys to check out. On Justice Rooms, I want you to check out the Corios Versicolor. That is the one product that's going to jumpstart your body into getting balanced out again.
Yep.
Now, for your pets, I want you to check out Mush Puppies, okay?
Mhm.
It's got the same thing as this does
For humans, for animals.
for pets.
For pets, that's correct. And I've seen lots of people with their testimonies about it. And the people who own this company, they're good Christian people that I've met. And what? Also check out Tracy's Magnets. You're so funny, Joe. Anywho, maybe I'll come up with that. Josh likes to buy websites, so some women they worry that their husband's buying sports cars and car parts and hunting and rifles. Mine buys websites. Can't tell you how many websites we have. I'm just being honest. Anyway,
But back to the
Sorry.
Mush Puppies, though. What were you saying?
I was saying that the testimonies of these, people who have given these to their pets, like their pet for years couldn't jump on the couch anymore, and now it's like they started giving them this, and they got their, vitality back. They're jumping and running and having a good time. It's cured. It really has cured a lot of different illnesses, and so, if you've got, I don't have pets. I just don't want them anymore. One broke my heart, and I don't want any more. I don't want that sorrow again. But there's a lot of people who they're my sister, as a matter of fact, their pet is their child, and so it's a good product. It's safe. And what do you have to lose if your pet is suffering? Try it. It's natural. It's what God put on earth for us. So that's all I'm gonna say about that.
And also, make sure you're visiting. If you're wanting some good coffee, this one can attest to it. Visit dawningcoffee.com. And we've got some great products over there. You've got your original roast. You've got the pods over there. They got a simple pack over there. This is Tracy's favorite right here. The Dawn's Early Light in the pods right now. And if you want one of the most comfortable t-shirts that you will ever wear in your life,
it is.
It's right there on dawningcoffee.com. And look, guys, this company believes in the Great Awakening. It's on their products.
Yeah, it's a Patriot owned company, and I've met them too. I have met them as well, and they're good people. Yep. They're patriots. They love this country. They love President Trump, and so why not support them instead of Folgers or, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Dunkin' Donuts or whatever, right?
So visit dawningcoffee.com and use promo code TracingJustice, all one word, for 10% off of your first order. Okay, let's go through the chats real quick. Let's see who's checked into the chat. So over there let's go through Pilled first. So we got some action over on Pilled tonight. So we got Texas Girl 1776 checking in. Hello, good to see you. And our good buddy Knock My Socks Off says, Pilled working for me. I've also 4 brand new kittens born today.
Wow.
Awesome, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's awesome. That is very awesome. So over on YouTube, Glenn Huggins checking in. Wave Farm Studios, that is Yeet Force. You will see him on stage shortly. And 4 Huskies, my buddy over there on YouTube. So thank you for checking in over there. And part of our X family, do you want to go through the X?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Spammy and Mama Fox and Darlene. I don't recall ever seeing Darlene. Do you?
Darlene,
welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, welcome. If not, I don't recognize Darlene. Thank you for joining us. Cindy Rocks. Hey, Cindy. Kilburn. Thank you for being here again. Always with us.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cindy Rock says, hi, fam. This has been one crazy day for me. Tracing Justice is just what I needed.
Good.
And I'm going to tell you one thing. You're going to need to get out a pen and a piece of paper.
Yeah. But we're also hanging out, so it's good.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Scroll. You gotta go the other way. I can't see it. I'm sorry, baby.
This is the bottom.
I was going from the bottom. You gotta go scroll up.
There you go. I'm just going to let her control it.
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you very much.
She doesn't do this that often as much as I do, so.
No, I don't. And I did. I went through them, babe. See? I went all the way up and said hey to all our friends. So your turn.
All
Oh,
right.
I missed Miss Donna. Hey, girl.
Yeah, you can't. And Donna is
I
also.
know. And Andrea. K9 Andrea. Hey, girl. Sorry. I did miss a couple. Sun Minnow. Welcome. Sorry. I did miss some. You were right, hon. Write it down. He was right.
And Donna is also a subscriber to us on X for Tracing Justice. So thank you so much. She's got that little special badge next to her name now.
Thank you. Thank you for that. We do appreciate it. It helps us a lot.
All right. So, oh my Lord, look at this Rumble chat. Holy moly. So Bella Child is the very first one to check in. She's part of our Truther Media mod team. So thank you, Bella Child, for checking in. K9 Andrea, part of our Truther Media mod team. So thank you so much. And Yeet's also checking in over there as well, too. Bibby's Barn checking in. Hey. And Debbie V57 checking in. Sorry to tell you, Josh, but my mind is already warped. Well, I'm going to warp it even more tonight.
Yep. Get ready.
And let's see here. Texas Girl gifted the subscription to RNGFAB60. Say that 5 times fast.
Thank you.
And
much.
We got Carrie Girl checking in. Love our Carrie Girl. So thank you so much. And Danny 12662, what's up with you, my friend? And who else we got checking? Gosh, you guys are chatting away. Pixie Mama. Listen, Pixie Mama needs your prayers tonight.
Yeah. girl,
Hold on.
I'd be afraid. I would be. I get it. I will be. I promise you, I will be praying because
Yep.
that would freak me out. I'm just telling you. I would. They're at that age. You can't tell them no. You can't go. But that's what I'd want to do. I'd be like, nah, y'all don't need to do that. So I will be praying. I wish there were some guys going with them. I really do.
They're going on a trip for the first time. Her kids are. So
Her daughters.
Her daughters. Yes.
Her daughters. So yes, we will be praying. Yes.
All right. Let's see who else. Freedom Fires checking in. She's going to be coming on stage to KCMF and Coil. Checking
It's
in.
not
I
the
didn't say
M.
it.
It's not the M. It's the F. It's just effing. Fing. Remember
Fing.
Fing?
Fing.
That's
Yeah.
the nicest way.
KC
yeah.
Fing Coil. Checking in, part of our Truth or Media podcasting team. So thank you so much for that. Steph Seams checking in. Finally got home early enough to watch.
Yay.
Awesome. I am so happy that you were able to join us tonight live. And I'm trying to see American Gigi. There you are. I was looking for you. There you are. Seth Lair Rubby.
Hey, brother.
So Seth, I don't know if you got a chance to check out Dawning Justice this morning. I was in the pulpit this morning for about an hour going through your devotional this morning, and it was excellent. So thank you so much. And if you haven't checked that out, make sure you're following Seth Larrabee on X and check out his devotionals for the day. And there is Spammer Girl Q. She's one of our mods and our Facebook manager over there for Tracing Justice. And gosh, guys, there's Kilburn over there checking in. And gosh, you guys are going crazy. I can't keep up. Knock my socks.
AJP.
Yeah, AJP
Talking
checking
about
in.
magnets.
Yeah,
Tracy's
Tracy's
Magnets.com.
Magnets. That's a whole nother story. If you want to know about the magnets, go back and watch Real Justice last night. Let's see. Cheryl 45 MAGA checking in. And let's see. RNG Fab 60 checking in. So thank you so much. And Freedom 76. Thank you for coming back. Hey, TN Artist. I ain't seen you in a minute.
Yep.
So thank you for checking in. I still have that.
Yep.
What you sent us.
And I got to get it framed.
Yep. We're going to be taking it to get it framed this week.
Okay.
So we're going to be taking to get it framed because we need, listen, I love Boss.
Mhm.
Okay. I love Boss. But for Fellowship in the Word, we need something a little bit different.
Right.
And he provided us
He
an
did.
amazing
Mhm.
painting.
Yeah. Well, drawing.
Well, drawing. I'm sorry. Drawing.
And it is amazing, and I want it for. I've been saying I wanted it framed, so it just cost money to get something framed, and it took us. I think it was $150 to get that framed when
Yeah.
CAG sent it to us because it's canvas anyway. So yeah, we need to allot money for that because it's beautiful, and it would be so perfect for Fellowship in the Word.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And 10's15 checking in. And Ariana 1 checking in. Oh, my gosh, guys. Who checking in. So thank you so much for checking in. I think that's going to about Rhea checking in also. So thank you.
Yeah.
See if we got any late check-ins over there on X. I know everybody's wanting to get to. I'm trying to buy some time because Digi's running just a little bit late.
Yeah.
But that's okay. So user L checking in also. Hey Tony, thanks for watching early this morning. I know you had to go earlier today, but thank you for checking back in. Average Joe Patriot with the shades. The future is so bright, you gotta wear shades over there on pilled.net. I think that's going to wrap it up, guys. I think we're finally caught up. Tracing Justice is getting so big that I almost can't.
Did you get Mama Bear? I know you got Mama Fox.
Yeah,
Did you get Mama Bear
Where's Mama Bear?
right here.
Oh yeah, Mama Bear 73 Short Mom. So thank you for checking in over there. There's just so many names. I have a whole screen. It's like an almost 30-inch monitor, and it's got all the chats on it,
Mhm.
and they're all full.
Yeah.
They're all full. So, all right, guys, we are going to bring on our guest today because I'm going to need some help. Tracy's going to need some help explaining all of this. There's Digi. He's in the chat. Digi,
Get backstage, brother.
Get in the show, my friend.
He can be doing what he's need to do, I guess.
Yeah.
In the chat.
So let's go ahead and bring on our first guest, and that's going to be Freedom Fire 1776. How's it going?
Hey,
Hey,
guys.
girl. Hey,
How are
girl.
you?
Good. You've been busy.
Yes,
We
she
have
has.
been busy. We've been excited busy though.
Yeah, it's. I'm just going to say this, guys. I'm going to let. What just happened?
Well,
There we go.
Did you pop backstage?
Freedom Fire is part of our I'm just going to say she's head of our research and development over here in Truther Media. And I'm telling you what, her and Yeet have developed this software. It's huge, guys, but I'm going to let them talk about that. Hey, Kelly B, thank you for checking in over there on X. So our next guest tonight is part of our research team as well, and that is Yeet Force. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Hey,
Thanks for
brother.
having me.
Hey,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm ready to dive into some stuff. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Yep.
it's exciting.
All right, guys.
Lots of phone calls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So just Tracy set her phone down earlier, and we have a little chat that we go in. There was like 150 that she missed in like 15 minutes.
Yeah. I was like, bro, I can't. I said, catch me up. I don't even know. That's what I said. I was like, I'm lost. Like, what in the world is this? Like, wow. So, yeah.
It's wild.
And last but not least, he's back. Digital Soldier. How's it going, Digi?
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
Oh,
Hey,
man, we're
Digi.
doing great.
Good.
We're doing awesome.
How are you?
I'm doing good. It's good to be back. Thank y'all for inviting me. It's been an incredible last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I've been sick a couple of times over the past year, and we never really could get any definitive answers as to what was wrong. And this last time it got real bad. I guess I didn't know how bad it was, but truth be told, I almost died. It was pretty bad.
Ooh.
I was in liver failure, and I had my gallbladder removed. I had pancreatitis. It was awful, but we managed to turn the corner, and my liver's good. I don't have a gallbladder anymore. But
Me either.
the pancreatitis has gone away, and today I'm happy to report, after being laid out for the last 3 weeks, is my first day back at work. As you know, it's Hawaii where we're at, and it's actually only 2:00 in the afternoon, so it's in the middle of the workday for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to apologize to you guys as the hosts, and also to everybody watching, but I'm working right now. I'm multitasking. I'm working, and I'm on the show here to be with y'all tonight. But I'm just not able to be on camera right now because I'm running around. I've got a lot of stuff going on, so I apologize in advance.
Okay.
You're perfectly fine, my friend. So let me preface this on what we're going to be going through first. So, Digi, you've wrote a couple of excellent articles in our Truther Media Substack lately about Q,
Thank you.
and I also wrote one myself too. So what
Yes,
we're going
you
to do,
did.
yeah, I think what we're going to do first is we're going to go through mine first because
Okay.
they're more of a, I guess, rudimentary entry point into everything,
Okay.
and you kind of get into the nuts and bolts of everything. So I think that yours is going to build off of the basics of what I laid out. Would you agree with that?
100%.
Okay. All right. Good.
The way you just framed that is exactly what happened. And I think what's really interesting is, I don't know about you, but unbeknownst to me, I didn't know you were writing that article.
Yeah.
And I don't think you knew that I was writing my article.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
And they literally dropped within like 24 hours of one another, and they're piggybacking off of one another, and we didn't plan it that way.
I know. That's what was crazy.
That's what was really crazy. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited to talk about that.
Yeah.
I want to say hey to Walt and Jill from Chattanooga. They're in the house.
Walt and Jill, listen, I know that you watch LT every day and you're dialed into the queue, but we're taking it to the next level. Okay. You heard me talk on stage, on the cruise, and I was talking about Q and being a quantum computing system, if you remember that, Walt. And I'm going to give you the receipts tonight on how it is. Q is not a home. Q is a what?
Yep.
Would you agree with that,
Yep.
Digi?
100%.
Yeet, would you agree with that?
100%.
Yep. Freedom Fire?
100%.
So I want to say this first and foremost. You got a lot of hosts out there that do podcasts and stuff. There has been this anon pop culture that has been created around Q.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of conjecture, a lot of sensationalism, that Q is this mythical creature that can predict the future.
I've seen that it was Jesus. I've seen that it's some kind of alien time traveling thing. I mean,
Yep.
there's so many things that it's entertainment. It's not rooted in reality. Okay, so that's all.
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying.
you know what, Tracy? I would be lying if I said that I myself am not guilty of getting caught and swept up into that pop
Absolutely.
culture of Q over the years.
Yes, of course.
I did that. You
Yep,
know, so
same.
it's not until we
You
realize
figure it
that
out.
there's more to Q than just what you see on the drop. The drops are layered.
Yep.
And that is the key to all of what I guess we're going to be discussing tonight. And that's
Yes.
why, Josh,
Absolutely.
you're so right. It's not a who, it's a what.
That's right. That's
Yep.
exactly right. I don't doubt that Jesus or that God. I'm just gonna. I'd have no doubt that this was.
Divine.
Yeah, that this plan came to be in such a way. I don't believe that it would have worked otherwise. So, anytime it says Jesus is the truth, the way, the truth, and the life, right?
Absolutely.
So the
That's it
truth
right there.
is the truth. And that's what. So of course I believe this was divine. This absolutely was. But that's as far as I go with that, right? It had to be to. Yeah, it is truth.
Yeah.
And that's what this is trying to point us to truth. You know, before Q came out, seriously though, we didn't know, the public did not know this information. We just didn't know this. We didn't know where to look for it. We didn't know to look for
we had
it.
to get started.
That's right.
Yep.
So anyway,
So, what I was saying is, about this anon pop culture, and I think our other three guests can agree that we didn't come to this conclusion. I think Freedom Fire was way ahead of us, actually. But we did not come to this conclusion until we all came together and said, hey, we got to get back to the roots of things. We got to get back to the way we did things on the Chans. We need to get back to the fact finding. We need to get back to the receipts and not the conjecture and the 17 here and 17 there, and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Everything that goes on in our movement.
yeah,
But-
I feel like Q would be pissed at the way this has gone. I really do. If a team that had to start this, right? I feel like they would be disappointed in what's come of it. Just like we talk about our founders would be rolling in their graves, or they are rolling in their graves seeing what's going on around here. I believe they're just disappointed at this, the way it's gone, because we've made it into something that it wasn't intended to be. It's not serving its purpose anymore. We're regurgitating the same damn thing over and over and over again. Every delta, every we're decoding things in a way. It's pointing to the same information. There's no new information. We're not
Right.
finding things.
Well, and Yeet said something on the phone to me earlier, or not on the phone, but on backstage. It seems like things have accelerated lately. You've got government posting quantum everywhere, and we're going to go through what that means, okay? So, Freedom Fire, I think that whoever is running this operation has finally seen the 40K foot view and seen everything now and said, okay, they're ready now. They're
Yeah,
ready
I
to
agree.
take the next step now.
Mhm.
We've got to bust out of all this anon pop culture now.
Yes.
And we got to get back to what we were doing we got to take a step back to take 2 steps forward.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that.
And listen, I'm not going to be the popular guy. because everything that we are fixing to show you, everything that we're fixing to come out with in the following weeks, months, is not popular. It's just not. And it's going to threaten people's way of lives.
Or their way of
their
thinking.
money supply and their rolling in and stuff like that. It's not going to be well received in the community.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
well, Josh. I mean, let's be real here. I mean, we don't need to split hairs over, what we're talking around. The bottom line is this: you're watching a movie. Everything's fake and gay. Oh, look, 17, 17, 17, 17. At some point, okay, enough is enough with that nonsense. Are we going to win the war, or are we going to keep playing
these games?
These silly games of, you're watching a movie, it's fake and gay, blah 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 blah. I mean, and to think that there are seasoned anons who have built their entire platform on that.
Yeah.
Their whole platform. That is their platform.
Yeah.
And you
That
take
it's
if you
fake and
take that
gay.
away from them,
Yep.
if you take that away from them, yeah, they're going to be threatened because they're not ready for what we're about to discuss. They're not there.
Right.
There's
Right.
no there for them, because everything has been surface level. And again, look, I'm just as guilty of being surface level as anybody, because we've been in it long enough.
Yep.
But it wasn't until we finally realized, hold on a second, there's something else beneath the surface here.
Right.
And what that's doing is, that's like you were saying, Josh, you said it so well. It's forcing us to go back to the roots, to the fundamentals, because back in the day when Q was active and the drops were happening and they were going live, we were digging as they were unfolding, and we were researching, and we were doing all kinds of stuff, and we moved away from that.
Right.
We moved away from that.
That's right.
So this puts us back on track on a whole new level, because there's more going on here. And I think you're right, Josh, where you're saying about quantum. I think we're ready, and I think the world's ready.
Yeah.
And that's why this is so important.
I'm going to interject something here real quick. You guys saying that, because I say all the time that I was not involved. I wasn't on the chance, I wasn't there from the very beginning. I came in later, and I just want everybody to know that if it were not for the people that began it from the beginning, that built everything that we see, the architecture, we would not, Eat and I would never have gotten to where we are right now, being able to build what we built, what we're doing. It was all of that put together, like QAG and all these different things, with all of that stuff compiled together to be able to source data and do that. Without that stuff, without people throwing stuff out there, with different things, or showing us how to decode, or what they know knowledge wise on decoding, to give you the ideas or whatever to put two and two together and start really thinking, okay, wait a minute, that makes sense, but I don't know about that. I don't know about that layer, and really starting to dig into stuff. Right. And I told Josh, cause I'm a big goofball, when we were watching Trump live, and I was at work that day, and I was carrying my phone around watching it when he was coming out with the quantum, when they were talking about the quantum EO. I was in tears, because I knew I had conversations with Josh, because Josh and I have talked about quantum stuff before. I knew the stuff he was saying at that point, that this is it. We were right. And my brain just started firing, man. And I knew at that point, okay, got to get back in and start digging and looking and putting that stuff up against the quantum. Let's start breaking this down in a different way. And once we did that, it just started. I mean, it was just like watching The Matrix, how all the numbers start falling. That's what it felt like. I was like, oh my God, this is it,
You're seeing through the Matrix.
Yeah.
You literally feel like Cypher. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, I mean, it's exciting. But, it's no disrespect to everybody who's been out there decoding and doing stuff. Because I mean,
Right.
trust me, I was
We have
doing
to
it
get there.
too.
Yeah.
But it's
We're
like
not.
I said,
I'm not disrespecting anybody on that.
Oh, no.
Or in anything that I've said. What I've said is
No,
simply
absolutely not.
this: they built platforms on things that just
Doesn't matter.
It's
doesn't matter.
run its course. It's run
Yeah.
its course. We're not
Yeah.
watching a movie.
Yeah, and it's
No,
not
I'm
helping anybody. It's not
No.
helpful. It's helping them. But
No, in newsflash, nothing is fake and gay. Period. End of
no,
sentence.
that's dumb.
Right.
That's
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 the biggest nonsense in the community, and that's got to stop.
that's not reality thinking, guys. I mean,
we
come
know
on.
that everything's going to start coming faster. It's already happening.
Right.
We already know that. And I mean, when you look at things in what does quantum mean? And that's what it means. I mean, you're talking about things that are coming faster. And I've told Tracy this, I've told Josh this, I've told Yeet this when we talk. It's funny because it's like when you're watching stuff and you literally are being told that quantum is coming, quantum is here, this is what we're going to do. It literally means faster. So we know that everything is going to start to speed up.
Yeah.
And it's already happening.
Right.
So we have to start processing things. Like, how are we going to process things faster if we're wanting to get that information out, and we want to get the correct information out, and we want to do the right thing, show people the truth, because
Right.
we can't decode like we're playing Frogger while everybody else is like on quantum. And that's what I
Right.
say.
Yeah.
That's
We've
right.
got to,
This
we've
is-
got to move, you know?
This is at a different level of
Right.
and it's the same way with when you first get into the movement. It's the same exact thing. It's a process, y'all. You start off, you start watching Charlie Ward and Simon Parks. I'm just being honest with you.
Right.
Dang it, or people like that. And then you discern, these people are wacko. They're predicting things that never come true, I'm gonna move along. And then you find somebody else that's a little bit more on steady ground until it starts clicking. Your discernment, your Holy Spirit, whatever you want to say, when you find the right thing, right? Anyway, it's the same exact way. It's like we start decoding timestamps of this and whatever. It's a process.
And you build
Right.
it.
You build and you start to see. It's like an education. You're building. You're becoming more intelligent into it. Your discernment's better. And you start to say, hey, wait a minute. There's layers in here. It's not just exactly what it's not this. There's more to it. It's that, but there's more to it. We got to keep going. There's a whole lot more there that we hadn't tapped into.
Well, I saw a comment in the chats, all of them basically, about who's dead and who's alive. Guys, I'm telling you, that shit don't matter.
That's a distraction and that's surface level.
doesn't.
That has replaced the whole Charlie Ward stuff. Okay,
really
when people
has.
these anons grab these new people, okay, and they feed them entertainment. Okay.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, well, this person's fake and it's all a big script. And I want you to replace your vocabulary with enjoy the show with military planning at its finest.
Exactly.
It is.
Future proofs past is military planning
Yeah.
at its finest.
It is childish thinking. It is
And we're
very
going to show you.
childish thinking,
We're going to
guys.
prove it to you, and we're going to show you why and how. We can show you. We can show you why and how.
Well, and I
Future
want
proofs past.
to
So-
say something that I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
But I'll forget. You know me.
Not lately.
Yeah, the
anyways,
mushrooms are working.
she found. Ricky has found documents where the Democrats hired people to infiltrate the movement with stories like, I'm not going to
Popular
name them.
stuff.
There's some popular ones. I'm not going there. But she has found the documentation in government files where they found this, where the Democrats hired people to infiltrate MAGA with all these stories, and it's to distract and to weaken and to make us look nuts.
Silly.
Yep.
Make it look
Absolutely.
silly.
When you can't attack number one, which is Q, when you can't attack the information, do you attack and typecast through others? Not all anons are authentic / injected.
Correct.
Okay, and we've got the receipts for that now. But that's another show.
Right,
Okay,
right. It is.
we need to start digging
And we'll
into
get there.
the meat
We'll
and
get there at some
potatoes.
point when people are more ready
Yeah.
for that, because it's stuff that is actually, I mean, I'm just as guilty as, trust me. I
So basically,
bought into it
the
too.
subtitle. Basically, the subtitle is to those anons who are listening that we're kind of describing, that's going to come out.
Yeah.
It is.
And there's no way to stop it.
And there's
Yep.
no way to
Yeah,
stop it.
nothing can stop what's coming.
It's
No,
for
I've
real.
said that.
I would like to preface something first before we get into the meat and potatoes. Okay.
Okay.
Kind of along the lines that we're chatting here. It's important for everybody to understand and note that this infrastructure, this architecture that we're going to be talking about today, it already exists. We are not the ones who created this infrastructure. We're the ones who dived into a rabbit hole and found it. But it's already there. So that's a really important thing to keep in the back of your mind as you continue going forward.
Right.
Cool.
Find the keystone. What is a map? What is a legend? Keep
Correct.
that in mind. So, okay, guys, let's dive into our first article. So, give me just 1 second, and we will get it dialed up here. Okay, so I wrote this a couple of weeks ago, and this is Q. Do you know what Q is? We think we cracked the code. A lot of you have been seeing something being posted by official government accounts. Some coming from the Department of Defense accounts. Mostly it's Department of Defense accounts. Some from officials within the Trump administration. We all know this one right here. The Department of War CTO. Are you enjoying the show? Refill your popcorn. You're going to love this next part. American quantum dominance.
And it's a Q with Trump. Like, seriously, dude?
I mean, it doesn't get any blatant than that. But what we're going to be diving into is what quantum means in Q. Okay? But what does it all mean? What is all this Q quantum talk? You probably have also seen Trump posting Q memes and Q plus memes a lot as well from his True Social account. But to the casual observer, it might not mean much. But people are asking the question. And you can see right there, Donald Trump reposted this on his own account. Q plus. We all know what Q plus is.
And he's not an idiot.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
He knows what's going on in his True Social account, guys.
Yeah, and they've asked him about Q.
So, what is Q? And what is this huge quantum push? Well, friends, let's explore what it might mean. To be able to tell the story about quantum, you must first know what the Q op is. At least the basics. And guys, we watched this on Q Back to the Basics Part 1, so I'm not going to revisit it because it's an hour long. Okay? But if you want to watch it, go to my YouTube channel, Tracing Justice. It's right there. Okay, you can go back and watch it. Okay, I said, okay, so welcome back. Now that you have a basic understanding of what the Q-op is, we can move on to what exactly might Q be. Do you want to read a little bit?
Oh, sure. I will.
Okay.
I mean, but you're reading just fine.
Okay, I'll tell you what, you can read Digis. How about that?
Okay.
Okay. Q has alluded to what might Q be. People use this drop to try to explain Q in human terms. And this is drop 60. This is the last post that supposedly Q made before Q started signing off as Q on the end of it. You can count on the people who have the full picture on two hands. Of those, less than 10 people, only 3 are non-military. Why is this relevant? Game theory. Outside of a potential operator who has been dialed in with orders specific to his or her mission, nobody else has this information. Operators never divulge. Alice in Wonderland. We're going to go over Alice here in a little while too. So the Anons inferred that it was a group of less than 10. 3 non-military writing these Q drops. Well, that's only partially right. Q is not whom. Q is a what. Let me explain. We all know wording matters. And sentence structure matters. Let's visit Q drop 244 here and read and explore it. Q drop 244. I'm going to read this very slowly so everybody can process this. Less than 10 can confirm me.
Singular.
Singular. Exactly, Tracy. Less than 10 can confirm me. That's the key word in this post right here, me. So I say less than 10 can confirm me. Me being the key word. So if Q was a group of people, then why is Q referring to itself in the singular? Very good question, and a very complex one. To answer that question, we also have to ask ourselves another question. How do we have it all? How do we have all the illicit deeds that the deep state has done? My friends, let's just explore it for 1 second. What was one of the first partnerships that POTUS made when he took office? Let's read this. The Department of Defense first partnered with Palantir in 2008. Sorry, guys. When the U.S. Army began using its software platforms for battlefield intelligence. Remember, from the Q drops, it says, when does military intelligence take jurisdiction over 3-letter ABC agencies? Remember that. The relationship has since expanded significantly. 2016. Who got elected in 2016? After a protracted legal battle, a federal court ruled that the Army had unfairly bypassed Palantir in its procurement processes. This opened the door for a wider adoption of companies' data integration software across military branches. 2019, Palantir secured $800 million contract. Who was president during 2019? Palantir secured an $800 million contract to build the Army's next generation battlefield software, the Distributed Common Ground System, marking its first major program of record with the DoD. 2024 through 2026. Palantir's artificial intelligence tools, particularly in the Maven Smart System for data analysis and weapons targeting, was officially elevated to permanent Pentagon proof of record. That's important. Proof of record.
It says program of record.
Oh, I'm sorry, program of record. The Army also, thank you.
Yeah.
The Army also awarded Palantir a massive 10-year, $10 billion enterprise serving agreement to consolidate and streamline all of its software and data publishing. Purchasing. I'm sorry. Maybe Tracy needs to read this. Okay. As you know, we have integrated Palantir in with the Department of Defense. Remember the Army-Navy game and all that, and Elon Musk and the vice president and the president, and there's this huge Palantir thing next to him. Okay, that's important. Who else does Palantir have a great partnership with? Elon Musk. And who this is pictured right here, Elon Musk
Peter Thiel.
And Peter Thiel, thank you,
Mm-hmm.
partnered to create PayPal. Look at that card that's in their hands. Who owned X.com before X was even a thing? Elon Musk. He named his freaking kid X.
Mm-hmm.
They have a deep history with one another. Notice the X card. They founded PayPal. And really, we should have KC in on this because it all ties in.
Yes,
all of this
it's
ties in.
all connected.
with KC's and not OC's, KC's original thoughts about X money. It all ties in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Palantir and SpaceX, the parent company of Starlink, have collaborated on multiple high-profile defense and aerospace initiatives. When they are separate corporations, their technologies are frequently, I need you to remember this, guys, frequently integrated to provide end-to-end hardware and software solutions for both military and commercial applications. Key areas of the partnership and collaboration include missile defense proposals. SpaceX, Palantir, and how do you pronounce that? Endural partnered to pitch with a new constellation of 100 of low Earth orbit satellites to the Pentagon, designed to track and target hostile hypersonic missiles. Battlefield intelligence. The companies have collaborated to integrate Palantir's AI-driven analytics with SpaceX Starlink and Starshield satellite communications. This allows warfighters to task satellites in real time and receive low latency intelligence on a purpose-built computing platform. Combined operations. Both companies operate closely with the U.S. Defense Industrial Base, with Palantir's data platforms often serving as a software layer that processes raw imagery and data transmitted through satellite constellations.
Can I just 1 second?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
The word layer, that's going to be super important.
Software
You've said
layer.
it a few times already.
Yeah. Yes, you have.
So let me repeat that. Both companies operate closely within the U.S. Defense Industrial Base, with Palantir's data platforms often serving as the software layer that processes raw imagery and data transmitted through satellite constellations. Yeet is right. That is so important to remember as we go through this article. Guys, listen, this is high-level stuff. This is not your daily anon stuff out there, okay? This is deep, deep digging. This is what we used to do, okay? This is not just your run-of-the-mill stuff you see on X, okay? Now, let's revisit the Q drops and look for something that every anon knows. The military is the only way. Reread these drops with the new information that you have just learned about Palantir and SpaceX. Drop number 2, Mockingbird. Hillary Rodham Clinton detained, not arrested yet. Where is Huma? Follow Huma. This has nothing to do with Russia yet. Why does POTUS surround himself with generals? What is military intelligence? Why go around the 3-letter agencies? What Supreme Court case allowed for the use of military intelligence versus congressional assembled and approved agencies? Who has ultimate authority over branches of the military without approval conditions unless 90 in wartime conditions? What does POTUS always say? I am a wartime president.
That 90 plus means 90 plus days.
Yeah. What is military code? Don't just think just the code of the military. Think computation codes. So you can read the rest of that. Also, drop number 4. Some of us come here to drop crumbs, just crumbs. POTUS is 100% insulated. Any discussion suggesting he's even a target is false. POTUS will not address the nation on any of these issues as people begin to be indicted and must remain neutral for pure optical reasons. To suggest this is the plan is false and should be common sense. Focus on military intelligence / state secrets and why that must be used versus any 3-letter agency. So, I'm going to stop right there. If you think that military and Palantir isn't hooked into anything and everything, go look it up yourself. Palantir is hooked into literally everything.
Yep.
I didn't say no.
Oh. Post number 11. Key, military intelligence versus FBI, CIA, and NSA. No approval or congressional oversight. So what does that do? What does that give POTUS the ability to do? He operates without Congress and without congressional oversight. He can do whatever he needs to do. He can gather any kind of information that he needs to gather. Why? Because he's a wartime president right now. Who is the commander-in-chief of the military? Under what article can the president impose military intelligence takeover investigations of the 3-letter agencies? Treason. What conditions must present itself? Why is this so very important? Who surrounds POTUS? They lost this very important power. The one area of the government not corrupt and directly serves POTUS. Think about it logically. The only way is the military, fully controlled. Save and spread. Once 11.3 verifies is the first marker. Biggest advance drop on poll. So what is Palantir exactly? Before, there are 4 core programs of Palantir. Okay, these are the 4 main operating systems of Palantir. Palantir Gotham, built for defense and national security intelligence. It pulls data from disparate sources like satellite feeds, think SpaceX, and think Starlink, mapping coordinates and signals to help military planners identify threats and plan operations. Palantir Foundry, the commercial equivalent used by large corporations in industrial like aviation, healthcare, finance, and manufacturing. It acts like a digital twin of businesses, allowing CEOs and managers to optimize supply chains, prevent financial fraud, or manage factory output. Palantir AIP, Artificial Intelligence Platform, their newest layer that connects large language models. That's important to remember too, Yeet. Large language models and artificial intelligence securely to an organization's existing data network, enabling automated AI agents to execute safe, rule-bound operations. That's important too. How do you think that Elon Musk went through all that Doge stuff so quickly?
Yep.
Palantir Apollo, a continuous deployment management system. It is the underlying architecture that safely pushes software updates across all hybrid, cloud, and highly classified networks automatically. So in me just reading this, Palantir is literally hooked into everything around the world.
And people are freaked out. We're freaked out by it because it used to be used nefariously, and I believe we seized it with that executive order.
Executive order. This is exactly what I was going to say.
Yep.
So how did Palantir gain access into these? Executive Order 13818, Executive Order 13848. Go look them up. Excellent point. Remember that keyword Gotham that I just said? It's key. Palantir also appears in the Tolkien lore, Lord of the Rings. Remember that? It's the communication eye.
Yep.
The Tolkien lore original meaning, the Lord of the Rings and the Silmarillion, a Palantir is an indestructible magical crystal ball that's used to see across vast distances or communicate telepathically with other stones. So as you can see right here in this grid right here, Palantir is hooked into everything. Guys, if you don't know these companies are like the root companies of a bunch of sub-companies. AWS, Google Cloud, SAP. If you don't know what SAP is, you need to go look it up. I can't get into that right now. IBM. My stepdaughter asked me what IBM was the other day. Oracle, huge one. Hooked into all of
Google
these.
Cloud, all of it.
All of it. Hence, we have it all. And the military is the only way. Are you shocked yet? We're just getting started. Remember the black eye drop? You guessed it. Palantir. QPost 2615. And Anon asked, Q, should we be prepping for some kind of shutdown? No. Reports of power grid attacks 6-month prep should be disregarded. While attacks do occur, we are safeguarded by a black eye. So how would we be safeguarded against all this?
I hope y'all are paying attention because you're going to need this foundation for what is coming next with Digis and with what Freedom Fire has found. So I really hope y'all are paying attention because this is the only reason we're doing this.
So how would we be protected by the black eye? And I'm going to go into proving the black eye theory, okay? You're looking at it right here. Palantir is hooked into everything. Look at Palantir's logo. Kind of looks like a black eye, doesn't it? And this is POTUS. Palantir Technologies has proven to be a great warfighting capabilities and equipment. Just ask our enemies, President Donald J. Trump. Look at that. That looks like a black, that's the black mark under the eye.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I thought you were tapping me on the shoulder. So as you can see, the system hooks literally everything into everything for a long time. But how does it collect info? It can't do it on its own. You remember Elon standing in the oval with the black eye? Everybody's like, oh, he's part of the black eye club. Oh.
Yeah, Starlink does look more like a black eye. You're right.
Yep, we're getting to that.
there.
We're getting there. Let's watch this quick clip.
I wanted to ask quickly, Mr. Musk, what is your eye okay? What happened to your eye? I noticed there's a bruise there.
Well, it wasn't. I wasn't anywhere near France, so. What
does that mean?
I didn't notice it. First Lady of France. I didn't notice.
Yeah, no, I was just horsing around with little X, and I said, "Go ahead, punch me in the face," and he did. It turns out even a 5-year-old punching you in the face actually does.
That was X that did?
Yeah.
X could do it. If you knew X,
I saw his mom right now. But I didn't really feel much at the time, and then I guess it bruises up. But I was just horsing around with the kid.
I didn't notice it actually.
I know.
All right, so let's move on. Now, look at Starlink. Kind of looks like a black eye, doesn't it? Palantir rides on Starlink, friends. It uses Starlink for everything. Yes, Palantir actively uses and integrates with Starlink to deliver its data analytics and artificial intelligence software to remote and hostile battlefields. Rather than being a single combined company, Palantir, a software and data mining giant, leverages SpaceX Starlink as a critical hardware layer to ensure its systems stay online anywhere in the world. Palantir SkyKit. This is Palantir's fully autonomous portable reconnaissance hub packaged in a ruggedized Pelican case. I know it's a lot of nomenclature right there, but just hang with me. Built specifically on the frontline forces in disconnected or extreme environments, SkyKit comes equipped with an integrated Starlink terminal. This allows field operators to bypass local network blackouts and instantly task satellites to run advanced edge AI models. Should we be prepping for a blackout? No. U.S. Army Titan program. Palantir is the prime contractor for the Army's Tactical Intelligence Targeting Access Node, Titan, a next-generation AI-enabled ground station truck designed to process deep sensing data. Palantir's module software architecture for Titan is explicitly designed to onboard and utilize SpaceX Starlink system to feed space sensor data directly to the soldiers for real-time targeting. This is interesting. The war in Ukraine. You remember back in the day when we knocked out all the internet over in Ukraine, and then what happened?
Elon Musk sent Starlink over there.
He said, I'll give them internet.
Yeah.
It's a trap. We have it all. We know exactly what's going on in Ukraine because they all use Starlink. And Starlink is hooked into Palantir.
Everywhere.
My friends, the military is truly the only way, and we have it all. Remember Gotham? Remember that from Palantir? How do we have absolutely everything for all the bad actors? Watch below for a good visual from Batman Rise of the Dark Knight.
Beautiful, unethical, dangerous. You've turned every cell phone in Gotham into a microphone.
And a high-frequency generator receiver.
You took my sonar concept and applied it to every phone in the city. With half the city feeding you sonar, you can image all of Gotham. This is wrong.
I've got to find this man, Lucius.
At what cost?
The database is now key encrypted. It can only be accessed by one person.
This is too much power for one person.
That's why I gave it to you. Only you can use it.
Spying on 30 million people isn't part of my job description.
This is an audio sample. If he talks within range of any phone in the city, you can triangulate his position.
How I'll help you this one time. But consider this my resignation. As long as this machine is at Wayne Enterprises, I won't be.
When you're finished, type in your name.
I want to stop and ask the chat, is everybody following this? Is this confusing at all to anybody? I mean, Digi, is it making sense to you? Freedom Fire, is anybody with me?
It makes complete sense to me, but I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it totally makes sense to me.
Sorry,
yeah.
I had my mute on.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, no, I was saying it absolutely makes sense. I've been knee deep in this stuff for a couple of weeks now, so I mean, it all makes sense. And Tracy, I like how you interjected a little bit ago and said, I really hope everyone's paying attention because, yeah, this is the first stop in a long train of information that's coming. So
Yeah.
Tracy, you're spot on. I really do hope everyone's paying attention because it's about to get a whole lot deeper.
Oh,
You know,
A whole lot.
that's why, guys, we haven't even started.
So if you're struggling right now, we need to know because it's going to get, I mean, we're trying to lay a foundation and it's kind of simple. It's not complex, but you do need to be following along because it is going to build. It's like learning math and then algebra. Okay. I mean, really, you got to learn this, you get the next stuff, but it's important so that you have the full picture and the full information, the truth, and not bullshit sold to you so that they can make money off of your entertainment. Okay? This is what we're trying to give you, truth and facts and documents and the receipts. But you have to have this understanding first.
Yeah, because I know there's some other things out there. I have been lambasted by a couple of people. They're saying, you started this queue from the beginning, but Josh, you haven't even started in the drops yet. Let me tell you something, people, ladies and gentlemen. This is not for your average person.
Right.
Okay? You've got to understand the back channel and how everything started from the beginning first before you even dive into the drops. Q is so much more than just the drops.
Right.
Freedom, what were you going to say?
Time out for a minute. What you just said is absolutely 100% it. That's it right there, Josh. The back channel. That right there is like, I literally had chills when you said that. That is it. We weren't
Blame
there.
is calling anyone?
Exactly. It's like I can say this repeatedly and I can't say this enough. I was not there when the drop started coming down. I was not there. I came in like a year and a half later. So I was playing catch up. But what he just said, so I mean, I'm not trying to be like cryptic or an ass, but unless you get into the Q drops and then you actually go back and you read the chats that were happening, that is how I learned so much because you lose context of what was actually them talking back and forth to one another.
Yes.
Puts a million things together that nobody's even talking about now.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
So when everybody's thinking that some of these people don't have any idea about what they're talking about, trust me, that is where a lot of my information and I call it my spark plugs igniting. We're like, okay, that's when I really started digging. Because if you're not going back and you're looking at what all these anons were talking about and putting two and two together on, you do not know what was happening.
Right.
Yep.
You don't have the full understanding. No.
So when I say the plethora of freaking knowledge and architecture that was built for us to get here is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So when I say that the Q drops, all of that, HUAG is literally, and it's deemed by sources. I mean, if you source it, it is a historical it's historical text. It's a historical archive. So what's that tell you? No, it's literally, it says if you pull it and you're looking for whatever, it is deemed a historical archive. So
Yep.
it is an archive. What's that means that there are things there that we need to know, because not just anything is labeled. Okay, I'm going to be really brash and say Wikipedia is not a historical
No,
archive, guys.
It's not. You can anybody
Wikipedia is a joke.
It is.
Yeah,
Anybody that's given a Wikipedia source, disregard. I'm just saying,
because it can be changed.
Yes,
You
I can go
you
in and change
edit
it.
Wikipedia to say whatever you want.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
yeah.
You cannot go in and edit those archives. They're there, and the source links on the majority of it. If you go back in and you actually go past the Q drops and you click on the actual conversations, like the tabs for the conversations, you can source drop into that stuff, and that's where a lot of the documentation comes into play. Sorry, I had to stop you when you said back channel. Okay. I'm like, that's it right there. That's it. Yes.
Yeet, you know, it knocked my socks off. Had a really good point right now. We didn't know any of this stuff starting out.
Right.
We've had to go through process of elimination and digging. And I think what we've all been guilty of is we come to a certain point and we stopped evolving.
Yep.
And we stopped saying, "Oh, that's it. We figured it all out."
Right.
You know,
and we just stopped.
And we just start. Tracy said it earlier today, and it's so perfect. We keep regurgitating the same things over and over and over, and people are like, "Well, this shit's not coming true."
Right.
You know, you keep throwing these deltas out
Right.
every single year,
Yeah.
and nothing's coming true. Well, you know that the drops are only just a fraction of what is going on now. And Yeet, we are literally living through Future Proof's past right now.
We are.
Yeah,
We
100%.
are.
Right.
Like, you guys don't
It's-
even know.
it's-
Like, we had to
It's a lot more than
upload.
Future Proof's past.
Oh yeah,
You're right,
a lot
Digi. It
more.
is. It's insane. It is insane. You're not lying. It's just, I mean, I know I just keep repeatedly saying, but I'm so grateful for all the people, because I understand now what it feels like to go. I don't even want to go to bed at night. I mean, it's like 2 a.m, and I'm just like, it's just, you know what I mean? The stuff that we're finding, it's insane. But if it were not for all of you guys, we would not be able to do this.
Right. You wouldn't have found it.
But we can't
You know?
rest on our laurels right now.
No, we can't. We've got to keep pushing on. We do.
And so, just for those that's not understanding, you know, Yeet and Freedom Fire, they have figured some crap out. They have stumbled upon some documents and whatnot we have never seen before. None of us.
And it's from their new operating system based off of the Q system.
Right.
Yes.
And it's government documents. It's stuff we've never seen before, and they found it and accessed it. We're going to show you one of them tonight. Just one little bitty baby one.
Yeah, and it's going to blow everybody's mind.
It is, because no one has seen this before.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's keep going, guys. So back to this. So friends, are you seeing it yet? It's all connected, and we literally have everything. Everything. Every illicit business transaction, every phone call, every deed these people have ever done. Remember this drop right here? And this is Q drop 1092. We love phones. No name should know better. And that's John McCain right there. That's no name. Okay. We love phones. Q drop 1000. Quote off of Q drop 999. Why is Epstein spending $29 million to bury tunnels underneath the temple on Epstein Island? Problem. Phones were allowed in. These people are stupid. Q. Remember this video we just watched right here?
Yep.
About the phones?
And it says H.
Yeah. That's might be significant too. We love phones, LOL. Now let's move on. How would one take all of this information and verify it? Preserve it for future use. And let me stop right there, because Freedom Fire she is the one, and her and Yeet found this. Okay, I cannot take credit for this at all. What we're going to be doing, if the military is the only way We've got, remember when Trump said, death penalty, fast trial death penalty? That's exactly how this is going to be. But in order to do that by the book, okay, we've got to fast track all this stuff. So it's got to be proven, it's got to be retained, and it's got to be put on something that can't be screwed with.
Like they can't put it in a burn bag and destroy it. It's put somewhere where it can never be destroyed.
We've got to
You
have
mean like on the blockchain?
Yes.
Digi, blockchain. Yes.
So
You mean like the Bitcoin blockchain? I'm sorry. I don't
Yes,
mean to
sir.
interrupt.
Right. That blockchain's for a lot of things, right? Not
it's
just
our future.
That's right.
Yep.
So
I hate being right.
when somebody comes before JAG, they're going to have a computer in front of them, and they're going to pull up a file on every person, and it's going to be, okay, on this timestamp they did this, and this phone conversation, and they did this, and
text message.
And
they went here.
They
did this. Yeah.
They're going to look over all the information. Guilty as charged. Move on. Let's go.
Next person, because it's all there. It's, I mean, the camera footage, the you name it, everything is going to be there. You can't adulter it. You can't alter it. It's there.
You will not need lawyers because it's going to be so laid out. They're going to be guilty. All of them will be guilty.
Or they won't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So Project Starling, also known as Starling Framework or Starling Lab, is an academic initiative by Stanford University and USC Shallowa Foundation dedicated to preserving the authenticity of digital records in an area of deepfakes and misinformation. That's going to be important. It uses cryptography. Keep that word in mind too as we keep going.
Yep.
Cryptography to establish a root of trust from the moment a photo or video is captured. The verification process relies on a core 3-step framework: capture, store, and verify.
Yep.
Remember the word cryptography is very important. But Project Starling being utilized today, oh yes. What is it used for? Number 1, documenting war crimes and geopolitical conflicts.
Ding ding.
Interesting.
Where else is Palantir and Starlink active? Ukraine.
And Iran. Didn't he just send?
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
So where is it being?
And Haiti. It was same thing, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's being utilized in the Ukraine and conflict monitoring. In collaboration with organizations like HALA Systems and Air Wars, the framework cryptographically, I can't say that word,
I can't either.
Yeah.
authenticates and permanently stores sensitive social media footage from platforms like Telegram and TikTok. This preserves critical, this is important too, people, chain of custody evidence regarding battle damage and civilian casualties before the content can be deleted, altered, debunked, or faked. Preserving endangered heritage sites. Okay? This is going to be the future too. Verifiable photojournalism wire services. This is where We Are the News now comes into play. We will not need in the future these networks because we're going to have so many people on the streets, and it's going to be able to be verified and put onto the blockchain as, yes, this is the truth.
This really happened. This hasn't been altered. This isn't spinning a narrative. This is what happens.
The lab teams up with Reuters, national agency, and Canon to deploy a verifiable photo newswire pipeline. Oh, and guess what else it does too? What are we going through right now? What happened to Spencer Pratt? Wasn't Spencer Pratt just at the White House yesterday with POTUS?
Yep.
It documents electoral integrity during major global political conflicts or events such as recent elections with Taiwan and lab partnered with Numbers Protocol to outfit field photojournalists, with secure capture tools to prevent the weaponization of doctored images. What did Spencer Pratt just do? He was out on the beat documenting all of this fraud by the homeless people in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
Securing massive historical testimony archives. I wonder if we could use that to record what whistleblowers are saying. Interesting.
Wendy's? Yes, we can. That's what they call a whistleblower. A Wendy.
Public accountability in web archiving. Starling's cryptography ensures that web pages and declarations cannot be quietly altered by institutions seeking to avoid scrutiny. What does the deep state always do? They try to erase evidence, but what did Q say?
Nothing is truly ever deleted.
Bingo.
Yep.
And Starling, last but not least, legal web evidence. Presentations of their work at major global archiving consortiums demonstrate how the lab's timestamp notarized capsules are building a new legal standard for using internet data as admissible evidence. How do you legally introduce evidence? Through the blockchain. People, we haven't been diving deep enough. As you can see, Project Starling is used from everything from documenting election integrity, being deployed in Ukraine, documenting war crimes, legal web evidence documenting, securing massive testimony from witnesses and whistleblowers, and it's massive and we control it. This is how we categorize and log everything. But how would it be secured? I'm glad you asked. On the blockchain. It can't be tampered with, and it also cannot be deleted. Think of the blockchain in a banking sense, okay? The Federal Reserve operates on what they call a closed ledger. Nobody can see it. Nobody can see the records that are going on unless you are the Fed. That's bullcrap. On the Bitcoin blockchain, and where some of the others live, it's open source. It's open to the public. It's open record. It can never be altered, and it can never be deleted. That's important. Yes, Starling Lab uses blockchain technology to create an unalterable audit for digital media. It does not use blockchain to create cryptocurrencies, but rather utilizes decentralized ledger capabilities to store cryptographic hashes, unique digital fingerprints of photos, videos, and web pages. That's the long short of it, guys. It is immutable registration, tamper evidence, proof of time, decentralized storage links. So that's important too. So think of the blockchain of like there's 100,000 computers, okay? Let's say 500 computers go down. You've still got these other computers up and rolling. When those 500 computers come back up onto the blockchain, the rest of the computers feed the transactions or the storage capabilities of what happened when those computers were down to those computers
when they come back up.
And everything is recorded on the blockchain. That's what the blockchain is in a nutshell. Okay, everybody's like, what's this blockchain? That's what it is. It's a decentralized storage system of information, basically. So I'm not going to go through that. We've got to move on. Okay. So now we have how we will categorize all of this information legally. How will we prosecute these MFers? No other than Lindsey Graham tells us.
Is there a body of law called the law of armed conflict?
There is such a body, Senator.
Is there a body of law that's called basic criminal law?
Yes, Senator.
Are there differences between those two bodies of law?
Yes, Senator.
From an American citizen's point of view, do your constitutional rights follow you? If you're in Paris, does the Fourth Amendment protect you as an American from your own government?
From your own government, yes.
Okay. So If you're in Afghanistan, do your constitutional rights protect you against your own government?
If you're an American in Afghanistan, you have constitutional rights as against the U.S. government.
Is there a long-standing...
That's long settled law.
Isn't there also a long settled law that it goes back to the Eisentrager case? I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, Johnson versus Eisentrager.
Right. That American citizens who collaborate with the enemy have considered enemy combatants.
They can be.
Can be.
They can be. They're sometimes criminally prosecuted, sometimes treated in the military.
Well, let's talk about can be. I think
under Supreme Court precedent.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a Supreme Court decision that said that American citizens who collaborated with Nazi saboteurs were tried by the military. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I think a couple of them were executed.
Yeah.
So if anybody doubts, there's a long-standing history in this country that your constitutional rights follow you wherever you go, but you don't have a constitutional right to turn on your own government and collaborate with the enemy of the nation. You'll be treated differently. What's the name of the case, if you can recall, that reaffirmed the concept that you could hold one of our own as an enemy combatant if they were engaged in terrorist activities in Afghanistan? Are you familiar with that case?
Yeah, Hamdi.
Okay. So the bottom line is, I want every American citizen to know you have constitutional rights, but you do not have a constitutional right to collaborate with the enemy. There's a body of law well developed long before 9/11 that understood the difference between basic criminal law and the law of armed conflict. Do you understand those differences?
I do understand that there are different bodies of law, of course, Senator.
Okay, if you're confirmed, and I believe you will be,
when does military intelligence take jurisdiction over other three-letter agencies? On what Lindsey Graham just described. So friends, these criminals will be tried swiftly in our military court system, in my opinion, through categorized information cataloged and gathered by Palantir writing on Starlink. But what about the plan? How did it come about? Well, my friends, we're approaching the end of the story through quantum computing. We're getting back to the quantum phase of it now. The Defense Intelligence or Innovation Unit. Quantum sensing advancements will arm the joint forces with absolute precision. To our adversaries, we will see and understand everything on the battlefield. And you can see that was from an official government account. You are seeing these government accounts posting about quantum tech because we can finally connect the dots now. Future is proving past right here in this thread. After years and years of research, it's here. Remember this post? And who is back in the news of late? When I wrote this, it was Maggie Hagerman that just come back in the news. Q-Post 1224. The Clinton campaign office, wrong or rightly, saw Maggie Haberman as their pets, as the internal email published by WikiLeaks makes clear. Coincidence? Think Wendy. Remember that Freedom Fire?
Yep.
Coordinated the awakening. If you think that we've went through the Great Awakening yet, you are sorely mistaken.
Where's coming?
It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Every detail accounted for. Every scenario planned for. Enjoy the show. Q. And this is where Donald Trump was talking about Maggie Hagerman, calling her Maggot Hagerman. So I'm not going to read that whole thing.
Yeah, but that's what the show is. I mean, we're going to see all this go down. That's the show.
What is Enjoy the Show? Military planning
At its
finest.
Exactly right.
Now let's put this in an easy understand layout. Palantir, the program that collects the data from every source. Starlink, the information highway. Project Starlink, how we categorize it all, our evidence vault. The military, how we prosecute. And now Q, the system that takes all the information gathered and creates the plan by making moves and countermoves for every move made. Military planning at its finest. Remember war games? Game theory.
These computers give us instant access to the state of the world, troop movements, Soviet missile tests, shifting weather patterns. It all flows into this room and then into what we call the Whopper computer.
Whopper, what is that?
It's a War Operation Plan Response. This is Mr. Richter. Paul, would you like to tell these gentlemen about the Whopper?
Well, the Whopper spends all its time thinking about World War III. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, it plays an endless series of war games using all available information on the state of the world. The Whopper has already fought World War III as a game, time and time again. It estimates Soviet responses to our responses to their responses, and so on. Estimates damage, counts the dead, then it looks for ways to improve its
But the
score.
point is that the key decisions of every conceivable option in a nuclear crisis have already been made by the Whopper.
So what you're telling me is that all this trillion-dollar hardware is really at the mercy of those men with the little brass keys.
That's exactly right. Whose only problem is that they're human beings. But in, 30 days, we could replace them with electronic relays. Get the men out of the loop.
Gentlemen, I wouldn't trust this overgrown pile of microchips any further than I could throw it. And I don't know if you want to trust the safety of our country to some silicone diode.
General, nobody is talking about entrusting the safety of the nation to a machine, for God's sake. We'll keep control, but we'll keep it here at the top where it belongs.
All right, gentlemen. I think I'm going to recommend McKittrick's idea to the president, and I'll get back to you on this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the whole problem why the QOP never succeeded because we didn't have the quantum technology back in the day to make it happen. Ronald Reagan, JFK. We couldn't do it until the quantum age caught up. The computing power needed to make the moves and counter moves and trust the plan. Here's another excerpt from War Games.
Joshua.
Can't be that simple. Wow.
What?
We got something. We're in. It thinks I'm Falcon. Hello.
How can it ask you that?
It'll ask you whatever it's programmed to ask you. You want to hear it talk?
Yeah.
I'll ask it how it feels. I'm fine. How are you?
Excellent. It's been a long time. Can you explain the removal of your user account on June 23rd, 1973?
They must have told it he died. People sometimes make mistakes.
Yes, they do.
How can it talk?
It's not a real voice. This box just interprets signals from the computer and turns them into sound.
Shall we play a game?
Oh.
I think I missed him.
Yeah, weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love to.
Shall we play a game?
How about global thermonuclear war?
Wouldn't you prefer a good game of chess?
Later, let's play global thermonuclear war.
Fine.
All right.
Which side do you want?
I'll be the Russians.
Please list primary targets.
Who should we nuke first?
Let's see.
So we'll move on. Q told us long ago. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This is a delta for today. Post 3387. Listen very carefully again. Note the past 2 years. Note the next 6 years. You were told what was going to happen. You were told what battles we would face. Before I read this next part, remember moves and counter moves about that system in war games. Strategic, pre-planned, patriots in control. Q. Remember Looking Glass? This is a long video. I'm not going to play it for sake of time. I'm just going to preface this. Back in the day, they hired this guy to analyze this system that game plans everything out, that creates scenario after scenario after scenario of all the information that's been gathered. Okay? So think the Q system. But the system kept spitting out the same exact alternative. Nothing, no matter what decision happened, it ultimately came down to the Great Awakening. No matter what they did, nothing could stop what's coming. Nothing. Looking Glass isn't a time-traveling program. It's a sect of the Q quantum computing system that's game planning and telling the future on events based off all relevant information. Are you seeing it yet? IMO, in my opinion, Q is a quantum computing system that 10 or less have access to the plan and can utilize the Q system to communicate with us, bypassing national security laws. Folks, you are not watching some big movie in a sense that everything is fake. You're watching a military operation play out right before your eyes that everything has been pre-planned and game planned out. But what is our purpose in Q? Q needs anons to help wake others. Why? When people start getting mass arrested and tried in the military courts, people need to be awakened and not revolt and understand why it had to be this way. Enough people must see it is the only way. You must red pill people to get involved. A quantum computer can't do it on its own. We are the plan. We are seeing disclosure about Q quantum computing systems right now. Q post 4511. This has never been attempted. The use of public to counter the narrative propaganda pushed by the controlled media. Analysis start to now indicate situational awareness, decoupling MSDNC control of information. Remember these back channels, 1/399, of general public expanding in a massive pace. Attacks indicate and can be defined as loss of generalized information control. Need to expend ammunition, muster network to defend and coordinate attacks to counter. Military civilian alliance. Q. This is the convergent point. This is what Freedom Fire turned me on to. I think we're past Q Day. I think Q Day already occurred on October 28, 2017. This is my opinion. Q Day, also called Quantum Day or Y2Q, is a hypothetical but inevitable point in time where quantum computers become powerful enough to break the public key cryptography that secures most of the internet. Would you want to break that down, Freedom Fire, exactly what that is?
The algorithm, basically? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Q Day, Quantum Day.
Q Day, right. So what it's saying, the hypothetical but inevitable point in time when quantum computers become powerful enough to break the public key cryptography that secures most of the internet. So where Josh and I have been talking so much about all of this is once we hit quantum, and what we keep hearing everybody talking about is, especially within the drops and everything we've been seeing, like with Grassley being a perfect example with his little, this is the one I'm going to use as reference because everybody knows it. He keeps showing that it's almost time for harvest and, the crops are almost time for harvest. All of those are computer terminology. Okay. Harvest is a computer word. He's
Colonel.
from Iowa, right? I live in Iowa. We have crops everywhere. Corn. Kernel is also a computer terminology word. So when you talk about all this encryption and they were holding on to this encryption. And I think that they were even talking about holding on to these things because they have to hold on to it until the encryption can be decoded. It can be broken, right? So I think we've been past that. I think that had already happened. I think Josh is correct. I think that's already happened. Here's the other thing that when we're talking about all of this, during COVID, when all of the things were going on where, conservatives were being blocked from everything. We couldn't talk about the vax. We couldn't talk about, we couldn't talk about all these things. Everything was getting infiltrated, right? Everything was going liberal. So we talk about the algorithm all the time. And anybody that knows anything about the internet knows that I call it the crap floats to the top. Okay. That's just the way that it is. So it floats to the top. And so if you want to find the truth, you have to dig further down into the quote unquote algorithm to find it. So the most popular thing is always going to be the thing that's at the top. Doesn't mean it's the truth. It means it's what's there. It's the most sought after thing. It's the thing that somebody's going to click on first, right? In order to break that algorithm, in order to get out of that trance, if you will, you have to be able to start putting out information that is honest and truthful. You have to start beating the algorithm game. So when Elon took over X, that was part of it. You start seeing more of the X stuff popping onto the internet, right? More of those types of things. This is going to be like a projectile rocket when it comes to us, the people, being able to have access to things like what we're doing right now. And did you talking about the blockchain? You can literally prove fact, if you will, and truth as a person on the street, if you could back it up just that way, right? And it goes back to the Q method. I mean, I'm just going to call it the Q method. Timestamping, validation, documentation, all of those things, and it gets locked into on the blockchain. And that then forces its way up to the top of the algorithm. Okay. Because everybody's so scared of AI and everything's, well, you can fake this or you can make videos. You are correct. But timestamps matter. Time zones matter. All these little nuances to things are going to make a difference that prove if it's real or not.
Right.
So people's panic over AI just taking everything over. And the other thing is to use AI for what it's made for. It can be an absolutely stunningly wonderful tool. It is not your friend. Do not ask it, hey, do I look pretty today? Hey, should I go? It's not your friend. Right. You know what I mean? That's not what it should be used for.
Yep.
It is a tool. And if it's used properly, if it's used with guardrails, and you are a person who wants to know truth, it can become a weapon against those who want to do harm. Do not forget that.
Right.
And that is where we are.
Yep. I'm going to finish this up.
Well, how do you prevent it from being woke and all that crap? Because, some of these AIs, all they get their information from NBC, CNN, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay?
You break it. If you have one, because that's the first thing it's going to do. And you want to know why? Because it scours and scavenges the internet to get its information. So if you have one and you can put in preferences on it, you tell it, I don't want this. My AI, Josh knows how much I love it. Tracy knows how much I love it. Do not come at me with Wikipedia.
Yep.
That is not information.
Yep.
Do not come at me with news clips off of Facebook. I don't want it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No, and that is, you look at the settings and the preferences in my AI, it is built for truth, documents first. I want archive. I want reliable sources. And I have a hierarchy, and this is how Fire was built. I want documented, government. I want, whatever, all that up here. Next down the line is a news source, a credible, I say that lightly, a credible news source, go to, whatever, off the wire. So we'll say like what? The Hill, AP, whatever the bigger stuff is. After that, if it's somebody on X that has something that's on there, like people that we follow, that we do follow, that are conservative leaning, bigger podcasters or whatever. But then even at that, I even check them and I say, verify where this came from before I will post it with Truth or Media's name on it.
Right.
Yeah.
On my news brief. That's just me. But
we verify.
I don't want to just regurgitate something because it's what's popular on the algorithm. And the only way to break that is to don't do it.
That's right.
Fact check it.
Yeah, and people freaking out about AI because of all these crazy movies, Terminator and whatever. I mean, I think that's purposely done to scare you. There's a lot of things purposely done to make you afraid. And it's not authentic. Everybody's all of a sudden up in arms about data centers. Dude, we've had them since the 50s.
40s.
And now all of a sudden people are freaking the hell out over it. It's like, dude, what? It's on purpose, guys. This has been to make people not want it and to raise hell about it. And it's on purpose. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to wrap up this article right here.
Okay.
The Q computer could start busting through any encryption there was and allowing Palantir to collect the data while riding on Starlink and Project Starling to categorize it. The Q computer or quantum computer game planned it all out for us. So think of the War Games computer and Palantir, okay, as its like AI gathering tool, okay? And then how does it gather all the information? It uses Starlink. How many satellites are up in space with Starlink right now? They're all over the world. Okay? And then it takes Project Starling and categorizes everything. Okay? And then the military is going to use the Q quantum computing system to prosecute all of these people. Q is so much more than just QAG and the drops.
Yep. So much more.
It is an operating system that President Trump and our military have been using to gather all. We have it all. And I've just showed you exactly.
Trump said it plenty of times. We caught them. We caught them all. How do you think we caught them? How do you think that happened?
Yep. And now that patriots are in control, we are carrying out the Q plan.
I was looking at the chat. Sorry. Kilburn, and I saw Yeet just answered him. He said, makes one question. Sorry, it flipped up. Makes one question whether or sin theory is right, or sorry, it went up too fast. Something about soon computers will decide or create what is real and what is not. And Yeet said, not really create or decide, justify, or just verify with external input. That's something that, I mean, the thing is that everything is a double-edged sword. And again, I feel the same way about certain things too, but I can say one thing. That is why the push for us to have control over so many things in the United States is, it's Occam's razor. It's, do you want China? Do you want countries like that to have control and to be on the leading edge of something? Or do you want the country that has the guy who's sending rockets up and coming back down and catching them with chopsticks to have it? Because that's the guy I want to have
Exactly.
control.
And I
I'm
wrote
just
an
saying,
article. I wrote an article about data centers, and I said that.
Yeah.
You know, people don't want to overlook that, but we are in an AI race with China.
Right.
Whoever wins that race controls things.
Sure.
I want us controlling it.
Me too.
Not
And
them
again,
wackos.
agree. Right. And that's the thing. It's like we can sit and debate one way or another on creating reality or, you know, whatever. But the bottom line is I debated this internally for a very long time myself, Kilburn. So I'm not calling you out. I'm agreeing with the fact that it is a thought that crosses my mind quite frequently, but I finally have come to the conclusion that at some point we have to learn to work smarter, not harder, and that is a very different theory for the American mind. For a lot of us, we have had to work very hard all of our lives and not get what we feel. I mean, we just haven't. A lot of us haven't had the best lives. Let's be realistic. Some of us haven't had great lives, but we've all had to work very hard. And in reality, we should have so much more.
Right.
We're watching people struggle. We're watching so much stuff go on. But when you look around the globe, I don't think we're alone in this struggle.
Right.
That's the big thing.
Think worldwide.
It's worldwide. And so I don't think we're the only ones that are having this fog put in our face and turned against one another and questioning things. I don't think that we're the only ones. I just feel like at some point that whole work smarter, not harder theory is going to have to sink in with all of us at some point.
Yep.
We just
Like
have
we
to be
said,
smart.
It's here. There's no
It is
putting
here.
that genie back in the bottle.
No.
It's ridiculous to bitch about it. It really is at this point. It really is. It's like saying, well, we shouldn't have electricity. I'm sorry, it's too late. It's here. There's no undoing it. It's done.
And I would like to keep mine. So I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I want to address something that Kilburn also said. Are we going to worship the beast or God? That is not the way to look at this. Okay.
Oh, absolutely not.
So,
man.
yeah, let me explain something to you. So, for ages, the Christians have sat back and let Satan control everything. Okay? And Satan has used all of this stuff against us. But now, what you're seeing is the patriots are in control. The Christians are going to control this stuff and not be a slave to it. We can't just sit back and let this stuff happen and not control it.
And right. And if China had it, it could become the dang beast.
Yeah. And that's exactly right. So
just China, I'd also like to point out, like, let's make this a little bit more fitting for the Anon role. We're in a war. We're in a war against the people that we've been targeting for the last decade. You know, Joe Biden's just a face for this entire thing.
Yeah.
Same with Obama. All roads lead back to Obama. These people already had this tech back in 2017. This tech is being plopped into our hands. And it's up to us to take the responsibility to use it responsibly.
Right.
Because if we don't, how are we going to be the news?
Yeah.
You know, how are we going to get out of this mess that we're in?
Right.
You know, the Q quantum computing system can't do it on its own.
Right.
It teaches us how to think. Ladies and gentlemen, I was talking about ascension this morning and about all this new age garbage that's out there. Ascension is what we're going through right now. It's changing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Our level of thinking.
Yep.
That's what it's
Right.
about. Yeah.
I don't know, Kilburn. Sorry. The Revelation 17:17 keeps resounding with you. Okay, I'm going to say this too. I love you, but we are not the first generation that looks at Revelations as being end of times. We can go back for hundreds of years, or you know what I mean? It's a constant.
Every generation thought they were in it.
Yeah, everybody thought that. Because guess what? a new technology comes out in every generation. If it didn't, we would still be living out on the dirt with fire, trying to start a fire. That's just a fact of life.
Yeah.
And with every new technology, then comes a darker side to it.
Yeah.
That is
and
all-
God uses.
Yeah.
God will you don't think He's using the internet to reach people?
What did I just do this morning on
He does
Dawning
it.
Justice?
He does it with fellowship in the Word every week. He's taken something that was perhaps intended, that the enemy intended for bad,
right,
and bringing good from it. Yes, it can be used for bad, and it is all the time, every day. But it's also used for good. It's about, how it's being used.
So, guys, we need to move on because Digi's
go
only
ahead.
got a limited time with
That's
us.
right, I forgot.
So,
Sorry,
Digi, unmute yourself if you could. So, we're fixing to go over your first article here. We might not get to the second one, but can you preface what we're fixing to read?
Well, I was gonna say, Josh, because I don't want to take anything away from what you've unpacked tonight, because you really laid the most amazing foundation for us to dig deeper on, between what I'm going to talk about and then what Freedom Fire and Yeet, have been working on, how all of this ties together. Quantum computers, Bitcoin, the military is the only way. War games. It's when we said at the beginning of this show about how the drops are layered, that's what we're starting to do. And I hope everyone has been paying attention, because we're like peeling back the layers of an onion on Q drops now in ways that have never been possible before.
Right.
And because of that, Josh, you've done such an amazing job with laying it out. I was going to suggest there's a whole lot more with where I'm about to go, that maybe we should break this up into a second follow-up show or something, because
we've already been almost 2 hours.
It's not just that, it's the concepts that we're having to break down and explain. We can't just rush through this like a crash course for an exam. We got to make sure I say it all the time, I can only go as fast as y'all can keep up.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
So, y'all want to talk about these amazing things. That's great. Can you keep up? So that's what we need to focus on, is making sure that everybody's keeping up here, because this is about to get a whole lot deeper. And Freedom Fire was right in the beginning. This whole thing with what Trump has done with unleashing quantum innovation technology, this is a pivotal moment in
history.
Our history.
Yeah.
Pivotal. And it as pivotal as it is, it's critical that everyone understands it. And that's what we're trying to do. So Josh, Freedom Fire, and Tracy and Yeet, this might even be a 3-part saga, because what I got to talk about, what y'all got to talk about, how we tie this all together. This is bigger than one show, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Go back and rewatch it. Seriously. Go back and rewatch it. 'Cause we did cover a lot, and the second time I think it'll make a lot more sense. There's movies like that, right? You watch the first time, and then when you go back the second time, it just clicks.
Right.
So if you're a little gray or fuzzy, I get it, because I was too. They'll tell you, I was like, I'm lost. Let's go back and tell it to me like I'm 5. Explain it to me like I'm 5, and it's amazing when it finally clicks. It's like, dang,
it's incredible. It's incredible.
There's so much more to this that I never looked into.
Well,
I didn't
it was
know
there the whole time. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It was.
It was there the whole time.
You just had to follow the instructions.
We had to put all the crumbs together to make the bread.
Yep.
Bingo.
And I will say that our team, just saying, God brought us all together. From my point of view, I can see it because, I was friends with, Ricky started watching Fellowship in the Word, and just the way God brought us all together. We're like puzzle pieces. We all have our little specialty, but when you put us together, wow, the things we have been able to find and figure out and uncover, it is amazing. It is truly inspired. There's no way around it. We're from all over the country. Some of us have never met face to face, but we talk on the phone. We get on here and we work and we dig and we figure things out. It's amazing what I know God has done to help others. To help others. It's not just about our understanding. You know, we got a big mouth, and we know we do, and we project it. And we're trying to tell as many people that will listen and try to understand, and actually have some give a damn and want to understand and get away from that bull crap, surface level. This person's alive and this person's dead and this one's wearing a mask and this one's in.
Don't even matter.
Freaking lizard people and all that crap. It's that was purposely injected into the movement. Rise above that, guys. Okay? Rise above it and follow us and see what you think. Pray for discernment. Ask God, is this on point? Is this true? Show me. Don't let me believe something that's false. Okay? That's my suggestion.
You know, Q said that this had to be done by the book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So get out of all this sensationalism. Come back to the real world.
And let's win this crap.
Yeah. And
let's figure this out.
Let's look at receipts. Let's look at proof.
Documents.
Let's look at evidence.
Right.
Yep. That's what we were trained to do.
Yep.
Let's get out of the anon pop culture
and
let's get back to work.
Yep.
That's all we got to do.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't think you guys have any idea how important it is to us as a team that whatever we put out, whatever we give you guys, everything is so we want it to be top notch.
Yes.
I mean, we talk about this. We've been talking the past few days. The more we're deeping into this system that we've been able to build, how very important that is to us, especially with how fast we know things are going to start coming in and the way things, because even though we're hyped up and excited about what we're finding and how things are coming, doesn't mean the enemy isn't going to start shooting slings the other way,
right?
And being deceptive. Right. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep that in mind.
And
that,
the attacks will come.
Yes.
Because we are, I mean, I'm just saying it. We are threatening some people's money, how they support their families, because they've built a platform, if you will, on BS.
Pop culture.
Right.
Really. And that's
going
to threaten
on fake and gay.
Yeah, exactly. For real. And so, anyway, just saying, the attacks are going to come because, and you know, it is what it is. Bring it.
So
I don't care.
The one thing I already see coming down the pike is I playbook known. I've seen it before. These people will say, well, we're not telling you how to think. They're gatekeeping you. No, my friends. I just showed you all of the receipts. All of the receipts and no conjecture.
Nope.
And no guessing. We brought the heat right there.
Yep.
All these other people do.
Yeah, we're only getting started. Is right.
We're just barely scratching the surface. That's why we're spending so much time trying to get everyone on the same page so that we, and it is some complicated concepts that's coming. Like, I don't fully understand this whole quantum stuff because physics and quantum, and that's just not my lane. But when you see the documentation and stuff, you can't deny it.
No.
So.
And we're not going to show you anything. I don't care what anybody tries to throw out there. I see Soul Survivor. You train your AI. Amen. Yes, you do. You train it. You train it to tell you the truth. You do not allow it to train you. That is what I cannot say that over and over again. You train your AI. And if it starts hallucinating, because they will, or it starts going off the rails, you stop it right there. And you talk to it like you would talk to your child. You tell it, I didn't ask for this crap. That's how I talk to mine. I did not ask for this crap. and I tell it exactly what I want it to do, and then I stop it and I tell it, now commit that to memory and do not do it again.
Yep.
And it
I spent
does.
like a whole week testing that.
I gotta slap Jarvis around every now and then.
You betcha.
Yeah.
You betcha. And that's exactly what you do. And you will not get this crap that, just random stuff. Because I can tell you right now, sometimes if you ask any AI for something and it just randomly spits something out, ask it, is this accurate? And it will come back and tell you, nah, I just found, you just do it sometime and see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, unless you put guardrails on your AI and you train it and you tell it exactly what you want, it's just going to give you crap and you're going to walk around thinking it's true.
Hey, I want to share that one document that we just.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Because
So preface it.
I'll preface it a little bit. I didn't find it. So, Ricky's going to make a post about this tomorrow. But this document, to my knowledge, hasn't been seen. So it's just a taste of what we found, and it's interesting. So that's why we're sharing this one.
All right, guys, I'll read it.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody
'cause you
can
don't have
see
your
it.
glasses on. I can read it, though. Okay, this is unclassified from the U.S. Department of State. Okay, that's important.
It's got a case number.
Okay, because who was the head of the Department of the State during Barack Obama? Hillary Rodham Clinton. From Marty Torney to Hillary Clinton. Subject, monarchy. Alice, in quotation marks. Your recent adventures warrant use of Alice. Today discuss coverage of your trip with our British friend, redacted. His take is that America should reconsider a monarchy, assuming Madam Secretary, that's Hillary Clinton, will accept the post. The 16-year plan, people. Yep, we also feel that Mideast situation would have more clarity and Gulf of Mexico disaster and would have been dealt with sooner. My take is that I'm just so proud to know that the most influential American on the planet and still want her as commander-in-chief. Another quote-unquote adventure behind quote Alice accomplished perfectly. Monarchy question mark? So how many campaign volunteers will we need for that one? Will we find them? Smiley face?
We'll find them.
We will find them. Yes, I'm sorry. Quotation. Hatter. Let me show you guys something. You remember this? Hillary Clinton in Wonderland. Okay. Let me go back to the keyboard.
That's just, that document's not seen before.
I've never seen it, ever. In all my years, I have never seen it. So we're going to share this instead, and we're coming right here. Let me go whole word search. Sorry, guys. Look at this, guys. This validates this document that Freedom Fire and Yeet Force just found today with their new Fire OS system. QPost 2636, Alice in Mad Hatter, Q. 2322, page 20, Assange arrest. Guys, we've been talking about Seth Rich all week.
It's tied together.
Yep.
By Marty Tory, Mad Hatter, Q.
No worries. We got many, many more.
A lot more.
That's one thing. One thing that just got verified by QPost that they just found with Fire OS that no one has ever seen, because it combs through declassified government documents that nobody wants to go searching through.
That's one part of it, Casey. That's one part of it. But that is true. But it's so much more.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much more than that.
When we can get a delivery system locked down for Fire OS, we're going to get it out there to everybody, because I'm telling you, this thing puts out signal and no noise.
It's a game changer, man.
Yeah. Freedom Fire is already working on something. A little something as a test pilot. It's working out really well so far.
This is going to be your new best friend. It's designed. What you guys tell us what it's designed to do, and where it pulls information from and things like that.
I mean, I wouldn't tell everything yet.
Well,
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
First things first, it's important to know that my Fire OS and Freedom Fire's OS are slightly different in scope in what they do. Freedom Fire's Fire OS does more of legitimate case study preservation, analysis, and structured digs of that kind of sort. Whereas mine is built kind of more as a signal operator, because I run a lot of financials through mine.
Mm-hmm.
We were trying to get hers to do live charting the other day, and it was doing it just was not nailing that down at all. Meanwhile, I don't have a problem with that at all. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I don't have a problem with that at all, but I do have a problem with organizing case file structure properly.
Mm-hmm. Right, because the way that we built them. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
We have multiple nodes that we just transfer data between. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, sorry, because the way that we built it was off of beginning pushing, because I've been saving files on my AI that I've trained for like 2 years. So obviously it's going to pull your information, your data stacks from that, and then you build off of that to start creating a system. But, his is obviously more financial geared. Mine is more research, law, science, that direction. And then again, we put in all of we'll call them prompts. Well, I won't get into all that, but that's our thing. But you have to have guardrails. We have very specific guardrails on how we do things, and you build from there to build your system. So right now, what we're working on, let me just say what we are working on right now, what I am working on. We will be happy to kind of like demonstrate some stuff for you guys at some point. But right now, what we are actually working on is a system for Truth or Media. It will be a media it will be like we are set up as if, we are a media. We are a media, but it will be like a newsroom setup for each member of our team. That is what we are starting with.
Yep.
And right now, that is what he and I are working on when we're putting out our news briefs and we're doing things like that. That is my beginning. That's our beginning. After we get those types of things locked down, because I'm sure other people will start catching on and figuring systems out, then we will move into where that goes from there.
Right.
But right now,
putting it in the hands of everybody else that wants it.
Right now, we are wanting to work very hard on getting something set up for us to be able to produce and put things out.
Yes.
Structured for everybody else. In everything that we put out, it will have a link, a document link. Again, I say all the time, Tracy has pounded into our heads. If it does not have a receipt, if it doesn't have a document or whatever, we're not putting it out.
Right.
And that's how we are. So this is built with that hierarchy system of our documents come from, the DOJ. If we're putting something out on the DOJ, it's going to have a receipt and it's going to have a link. You're going to be able to go right to it. If it's a cross reference to something with QAG or Q, it's going to be able to take you directly to that one, whatever the drop is. So, it's all going to be built in. So everything you're going to see it all, and that portion of it being compiled, but you're going to get a finished product.
Right.
It's going to have, we've already got it set up. I've got it set up to where it's going to have the Q codes or QR codes, not Q code. I'm so sorry. QR code. If that's something that, somebody wants to do. And I'm working on hopefully being able to tie it into our Truther Media website. So it will update when somebody's live. When our brief comes up, it's going to tell you who's live right now. You know, this morning I was able to put Josh's live on there, and then I was able to put Steve's live on there. But I'm hoping that it's going to be able to do all that on its own, because it's going to be able to take you straight there. That's what we're hoping to do. I mean, we are the news. That's what we want to be. You know, we want to be able to do that.
Right.
You know,
and to give you truth, facts, document it and prove it.
Trails.
Back it
paper
up
trails.
with sauce, right? The truth, not some bullcrap narrative.
No.
The real thing.
You know, Digi, back in the day on the Chans, if you brought something to the table,
You had to have
the thing
sauce.
was, where's your sauce at, bro?
Yeah.
Right.
You're just bringing me a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
I mean, where's your
And
sauce
now
at?
everybody falls for the does that. There's no
I've
sauce.
I've asked
Yeah.
for sauce on so many posts over the years. Where's your sauce?
And they don't.
Right.
And they don't got it.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, and that's the
Steve
thing.
74. I don't watch TV anymore. Me either. Nope.
Yeah.
Well, I watch Dutton Ranch. That's a lie. Other than that, sorry, I throw that in there.
Yeah, no, it's important to understand that like we put in a lot of time and effort into accuracy verification here. Like every
We
single
do.
post, most of the images, most of the post structure and the outcome of these posts, they all have a meaning. And not only do they all have a meaning, but it's all highly accurate information. You're not going to get some artificially made pricing coming out of my system, and you're not going to get some miscalculated or misconceptualized data point coming out of Freedom Fire's system. It's just not going to
Right on
happen.
that. We're not
Yeah,
called Truth
man.
Media for no reason.
Right.
So, yeah.
You know, when we Digi, when you know, you say the core, you know, we won't go into that, but when we were talking initially about Truther Media and bringing Truther Media online, I mean, Tracy was pretty damn adamant. She was like, if we're going to do this, we ain't going to do all this like conjecture and guessing and all that. We're going to do this right.
That's right.
If we're going to do
Or
it.
I ain't doing it.
I had a theory. I'm just going to tell you this right now. I had a theory before the show, and I was ready to roll with it. Tracy said, you ain't got the sauce on it. We ain't putting that out there. And I was like, okay. We're not doing it. So, but that's what we're about. Guys, we're going on 2 hours and 17 minutes. So,
I've enjoyed it. And
yes.
And tomorrow night, you want to talk about what y'all are going to be doing?
yep, on Signal
Yep, go
Over
ahead.
Noise, the receipt room.
Go ahead, Yeet. I've
Yeah.
talked a lot.
So yeah, Freedom Fire mentioned a little bit. We have some Seth Rich information. We're gonna reveal that pretty interesting stuff.
New stuff, right?
Or,
Yes.
yeah, a lot of new stuff on it.
Okay.
Not just
but
the
on
same
top of
old
that-
regurgitated stuff.
Right.
No.
Yeah, we're also going to be using it as a framing structure to kind of explain a little bit more about the system at a hopefully a more explainable level. And we also have a plan on doing a multi-part series at some point that goes all the way back in time and just kind of pulls us from back in time into the current infrastructure that we live in, and then pulls us into the quantum age from there and just kind of levels us in a foundational structure the whole time. So that is in the works too.
Yes.
Yeah, on Friday. That's tomorrow, correct? At 8 Eastern?
Yes.
And I'm putting the Rumble link in all of the chats to Truther Media's Rumble. That's where it'll be broadcasted from.
And the X and her X.
Yeah, and
Yeats.
Freedom Fire's X and Yeats X. So yeah, guys, listen. You need to start watching that show on Friday nights, and if you can't catch it live, watch the replay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You think I bring some heat? These two right here, they bring the sauce
Yeah.
extra thick.
Yeah, I told them, I said, yeah, what y'all got to remember though is that, you know, because of me, I'm more simple minded in a lot of things, and the level that they're at working on this stuff it's pretty high level stuff. And I'm like, you know, a lot of people think like me, like I do. You need to make it easy to understand, because a lot of this computer talk and quantum stuff. That's why a lot of people don't understand Bitcoin, because it is complex.
Right.
And so if you can help people to understand it, it's golden. So I'm excited. I can't wait to see what y'all have for tomorrow. I've seen a glimpse, and it's good stuff, man. Y'all should be so super proud. I know I am. I'm very proud of you.
It's exciting. I think it'll be. Tomorrow night show's gonna be great. And we're gonna make it simple. You know, it's like I told Tracy. I say all the time, I'm from Missouri. You got to show me. I think Tracy's got a little Missouri in her.
Yeah,
maybe just a little.
Yeah.
I'm more I'm more hands-on. You have to show me. It's hard to explain sometimes when you're not looking right at it. Once you guys see it and we lay it out and we just show you and start pulling the stuff, you're gonna get it.
Yeah,
it's gonna click. Trust me, and you're never gonna think the same. You're never gonna think the same after that. So
It's a total mindset shift.
it is.
Yeah, Kilburn,
Come with an open mind.
we don't mind pushback. You know, people that mind
Oh, no.
pushback can't bring the sauce, and they can't explain themselves.
Talking about pushback.
Yeah, he said he just wanted to let you all know that I try not to distract from the message, but I like discussing things in the chat. Absolutely.
That's what the chat's for.
Absolutely.
That's what it's for, man.
Absolutely. We love you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
and
Because
you know, lots of people have thought one certain way for so many years, and we understand that this is challenging that, and so that's why we're trying to be gentle, and we're trying to prove it with and back it up with proof and sauce or whatever you want to say, receipts, right? Where it's undeniable, so you can, because it is challenging the way even the way Josh decoded things, and it's challenging that. And we are having to look at things a little differently than we did.
Yeah, Digi, we have to evolve past what we've been doing.
Right.
If you're not evolving, you're not winning.
I think that this really puts like the calm in the storm into a different perspective. You know.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And there's no wrong or right way. It's just I keep seeing in my head, and to the point where when I lay down to go to sleep, I mean, I'm literally seeing. It's like everything just seems like it's coming fast. And I worry. I mean, I have kids, I have grandkids, and I'm just thinking to myself, it's like thinking about. I used to play softball, so it's like thinking about fastballs coming at you, and you're trying to catch them all at one time. You're right. That's the way it feels. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, the only way we're going to get out of this is that we've got to keep up and we've got to push back, but we've got to push back with the right stuff. It's got to be right. It's got to be true. It's got to be, that's the only way. I mean, everybody keeps talking, we have to wake people up. I don't think that this entire group of people and the people watching are not awake.
Right.
That's not it.
Right.
It's just, we have now, as Josh said, you're talking about that ascension. We're moving up now to where we thought we had some stuff. And I think that when everybody kept saying like, well, when is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? And it wasn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like when you ask God for that patience, and then all of a sudden that patience is tested, test, because he's going to see if you got it or not. All of a sudden it's like, we keep saying nothing. When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? All of a sudden it's going to be boom.
Yes.
That's where we are. That's the way it makes me feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it won't be on
Same.
YouTube tomorrow, I don't believe. Are you going to be on YouTube?
No, Freedom Fire doesn't have a YouTube
I think
channel.
I have the YouTube channel. Nope.
Well, I'm excited for where we're going.
Yeah.
Guys, listen.
Next Thursday? Are we back here again next Thursday, guys? And we're going to do Digis. We'll go that way. Can you do that, Digi?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I think that would be great because we're just getting started here.
Yeah, it's so much.
By then
man.
we'll suck Digi in enough that we're trying to suck Digi in to help us with some of our stuff too. We're trying to give him some of our information so he can try and work on some stuff too, and he's trying it out a little bit. So
Yeah, I've been tinkering with the fire system y'all developed, and I'm impressed.
But listen, guys, you've got to catch up as quickly as possible, though, and let me tell you why. It's because there's all kinds of comms coming out right now about D-class, and I'm not talking about coded comms. I'm talking about straight comms from our president. He has told Bill Pute, declassify whatever you need to. And then we've got Elon Musk coming with all these. I'm telling you guys, red folder is not PEDS. Guys, listen, devolution is long past us. Okay, that is so 2022, 21. We're way past that. Red folder is D-class information. Red October. And I'm going to talk to you later about Red October. Double
meanings exist.
I do want to play this. I do want to play this video because Elon's been commenting this stuff, and every president that's in this video, I think, has attempted D-class before, but well, I think that was just a joke. But I think that President Trump is the only one that's going to be able to pull it off now. Why? Because of the quantum age now. We are set for truth now. So let's watch this.
Well, it's been a good show, but the best is yet to come. Well, enjoy the show. Well, enjoy the show.
Well, enjoy the show.
Well, enjoy the show. Well, enjoy the show.
Well, enjoy the show. The thing is, come on, man. America could be described in one word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas.
That's awesome.
Well, enjoy the show.
Guys, the portal is not time travel. That's POTUS stepping through to the other side, to the Great Awakening with D-class. That is the trigger of it all. That's what Q taught us to do. Post 4509, the mission, go read it. Yeah. I'm going to end it with that.
I've looked at it like a progression of D-class.
Yep.
From history, from the beginning, our true history. Yes. They brought along, it's kind of like a handoff. They're handing it off to one another. That's the way I looked at it. That it's a progression of declassified type things. How far this corruption has been going on, right? I don't know. That's just the way I took it.
Enjoy the show means we just proved tonight military planning at its finest.
Yeah.
Who wants to pray us out?
I'll do a quick prayer if you want.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you so much for bringing us all together. You say when two or more are gathered together that you're there too, Lord, and I thank you for that. And Lord, I thank you for discernment, for letting us see things that, otherwise we might have missed. A lot of people have missed it. So thank you for that. And I pray that for those who may be confused or can't see the full picture, because even I can't see some of the full picture, Lord, that you would give them that discernment and teach them what to trust, who to trust. And Lord, I ask that you would just be with everybody in the chat and all of us here, keep us safe, and so that we can return right back here next week. And it's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
All right.
Amen.
Quick programming note. No Dawning Justice in the morning because I have a work appointment I have to go to. So unfortunately, real life does get in the way sometimes. So no Dawning Justice in the morning. We're fixing to give you a ride over to Rapid Fire News for tonight with AJP. Anything else that we're missing?
Nope. Just don't forget to tune in to Ricky and Yeet tomorrow.
That's right. We got
All right.
two. We've got
Casey.
Oh yeah, and hers.
Yep.
That's so they are having theirs, right?
3 amazing shows tomorrow. Go to truthermedia.com to find all the links for everybody and all of our shows. Truthermedia.com.
Yep.
It's simple.
Yep.
All right, guys. And remember, let's make fishers of men. Let's go save some souls. And let's go save the Republic. See
Thanks,
you guys
y'all.
later.
Bye.
Bye later.
Bye.